Manifesto ya New Uganda nzajirina. So let's break it down. Yesterday they released 3 manifestos, the NRM, the NUP, and the FDC manifesto. And I'm going to make 3 different videos breaking down those different manifestos. But today we are starting with the NUP manifesto. So a quick summary of the NUP manifesto. Before we get into the contents, the party president left us a message. This one I'll upload you to read it by yourself. So pause the video and read it yourself. So the NUP manifesto focuses on 11 policy priorities, at least the first ones from 2026 and beyond. And a quick overview of this particular first one. They talk about restoring freedom, constitutionalism and human rights, end of corruption, consolidate national unity, guarantee equal access to quality public services, creating jobs, establishing a public school feeding program. They talk about the position of the diaspora. They talk about land grabbing. They want to ensure sustainability of management of resources, but also transform Uganda into a tech-driven economy. Disclaimer, I'm going to particularly focus on what I found unique in this manifesto and what stood out for me. 1. They talk about restoring freedom, constitutionalism, and human rights, highlighting that BTI classifies Uganda as a defective democracy, and that Uganda is ranked 126th out of 142 countries in the World Justice Project's Rule of Law Index, meaning we are really bad in that area, and that we are characterized by disappearance, torture, and the use of military courts to try civilians. Yet Uganda is a key signatory to key international human rights instruments. So you ask yourself, yes, but what are you going to do about it? I think this is one of my favorite things about this manifesto, is that at every point whereby they are mentioning the new resolution, they say, our promise for a new Uganda. Okay, what are they exactly promising in the area of human rights? 1, they want to restore the constitutional order. How are they going to do that? They want to reinstate presidential age limits and term limits. They want to amend the UPDF Act so that civilians are not being tried under general court martials. They want to ensure media freedom so that journalists are not being harassed by the UPDF and other police people. They want to rebuild electoral integrity, given that most people don't think elections in Uganda work, etc, etc, etc. Kati nze wano ku job opportunities we bankwatidde. Kati promisi yaabwe etya okutuwa emirimu bagambye they will increase the current tourism funding from the current approximately 289.6 billion by 10 times within the first year. You're asking yourself, why are they putting more funding in tourism? Well, in their plan, they begin that Uganda has great potential in the area of tourism, right? And that in the area of tourism is chronically underfunded. Yet it's one of those areas that could really absorb so many young people. So they want to improve road access to tourist spots, simplify trekking permits, develop adventure tourism offering, empower the tourism workforce. And their logic behind it is that if the tourism industry is big in Uganda, naturally people get jobs, because if hotels increase, they will need people to work in hotels. If we need digital marketing campaigns, young people are going to do that. And the other one that really got me screaming was the fact that they want to establish a public school feeding program. Why is this essential? Because 1, how can you go to school when you cannot eat? Highlighting that 79% of Uganda's population is working in agriculture. And so if we get a way to diversify agriculture, we are definitely going to get a lot of money from it, but essentially promote education and food security, because why am I going to school if I'm hungry? So they want to create homegrown school feeding program that will provide meals to primary pupils in public schools. They are re-establishing farmer cooperatives and all these other mechanisms. The video is getting too long now. Now here. They want to devolve the local government. If you don't know what devolve means, essentially means distribution of power. Whereby its power is not central, but it's distributed. Essentially what the local council can do, but this time for them they are saying real devolution. So apparently they're implying that the current devolution we have is not real. Why are they essentially doing this? Because they believe service delivery at a grassroots level still remains very poor. And what are they going to do about it? They want to scale up local government funding, want to abolish the offices of the RDCs and the RCCs. Why are they doing this? Because they believe that they are costly, duplicative, and politically biased structures that undermine democracy. Okay, we can go on and on and on about these particular promises. But those were my key interests, and those are the things that I found very, very interesting. If you have time, take off time to read the new Uganda Manifesto.